Hi folks, it's Andy. Welcome to the latest episode of Kendo Video Feedback. Okay, so in this series of videos, I take some footage that you wonderful channel viewers have sent in and have asked for some feedback on, and then we all watch it together. And hopefully everybody learns something. We'll get to the videos in a minute. We've only got 2 to look at today. Thank you very much to those who sent them in. I don't want any silly comments down below. We never get them, but if we do, I'll just delete them. So yeah, please don't do that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We can help another probably 512 people start Kendo. I think we can get total to well over 4,000 now of how many people have probably started Kendo, because you guys have liked, shared, subscribed, and then gone to the comments and written some words to the effect of, wow, what a great Kendo video. So that somebody on the periphery of about to start Kendo, gets noticed by the YouTube robots and gets shown videos from this channel or channel like it. So do your duty. Go and write a nice comment in there mentioning Kendo so that we can help grow the Kendo community. But most importantly, support the channel, keep these videos coming and videos like it. We've got more videos on the way. I've got a great video coming out very, very soon. It's a new type of video. I'm really excited to put it out. We've got Kendo round. We've got more content on instructional videos coming soon as well. If you like all that stuff and you like it and you like it being free, which it is completely free, all you have to do is support the channel by shopping at KendoStar.com. KendoStar.com is the best Kendo equipment website in the galaxy, universe, history of mankind, all of those things since the Big Bang, all of that stuff. Now, of course, I would say that. Because I own the place. But everybody agrees with me, okay? Everybody agrees with me. We're the highest rated. We know the score now, right? Okay? I know there's all sorts of little sort of pretenders popping up here, left, right, and centre, and some of the old ones are still clinging on for dear life. But let's be honest, you know, you're going to come to KendoStar in the end anyway, so don't mess around. Don't waste your money. Come straight to KendoStar, get the best. Best service, best equipment, best everything. All right? And you support the channel at the same time. Everyone's a winner. Okay, right. Let's have a look at this first one. This first one is a CI video. The information I have got is second Dan Kendo practicing in the Netherlands. And this is a match from the Hungary Cup in Budapest. Great. The white player, and clearly less experienced, well, we'll see. You lose the match by Ippon. You asked a question a few Kendo rants ago about freezing in Jigeko after trying something, and also had a very, I see also very similar Itsuki behavior here. Like to hear my thoughts. Okay. You managed to practice 6 times a week, which is great, and you're hoping to apply for the IBU foreign Kendo program in Japan next year. That's great. I'm not sure about my level for it yet, but my life is definitely structured around Kendo. That's great. Okay, so white player. Let's have a look. So on this side here. Okay, so you're second Dan, right? Okay, so I mean, this is all okay, but like, I want you to start thinking about like why you decide to choose what techniques you decide to choose. I'm not saying it was the wrong choice. I mean, it was, because it didn't work, but you know, this sort of kote strike here, it doesn't seem to be based on any sort of information. Now, obviously, your opponent was expecting you to just fly forward and hit men, and it's a good job he didn't because he was waiting for a Kaishidor. But you know, I want you to have a little bit more of a think about what technique you're deciding to go with and why, rather than just throwing them out there. This is a good attempt. Kote Suriage men. Let's go back and look at that and see why it didn't work. I like what you did, right? I think it's good. Had good semi. Got him to come in and attack you. But maybe just a little bit behind. And with Suriage in this case, you don't need to come forward quite as far. He's made quite a big step forward. You see this, Fumikomi's quite a big step forward. Which makes it quite difficult. So the whole thing isn't quite as fast as it could be. All right, it could be a little bit more, but it's a little bit slower because there's a little bit of an extra space in it. All right, and you're sort of half a step behind. So he is kind of reaching at your Kote there as well. A good waza to you know, I think he did a good thing to recognize that. Okay, so this is a dangerous thing to do, especially at this level of Shiai. This thing here, where you sort of step back and raise your hands. Step forward rather than back, if you can. So again, we sort of made this Kote strike not really based on any good information as to why to hit Kote. And then your footwork didn't kind of back up a decent follow-up strike for you. And then you need to really be aware of where you are in the Shiaijo. So, you know, this Hikimen was, you know, is a good attempt. But, I mean, if we're honest with each other, the Fumikomi's not really there, is it? So even though you hit it, it's not really going to be Ippon, is it? So, you can see the cross from where you are. You see the cross in the middle of the Shiaijo. You need to use that to judge how much room you've got behind you. And if you find yourself in this position, let's just say, for example, that this Hikimen was a good strike, all right? It wasn't, I'm afraid, but let's say it was. Then instead of going straight back, you know, you need to go back to get some distance. But I think what you want to do is go either left or right, so you can use more of the Shiaijo to avoid stepping out here. Okay. Yeah, this is what you're talking about, right? This bit here. Yeah, it's hard to deal with that, right? It's hard to deal with that, but it is a super dangerous position. Okay, it is a super dangerous position to be in, so be a bit careful of that. If you feel, then move in. Just move in. You don't want to sit there, all right? I like your Kamae though. I think your Kendo overall is really, really nice. But yeah, you need to really be careful of this. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. This sort of decision paralysis that's happening here. Like, okay, I don't know what to do. That happens, right? That happens. But if you find yourself in that position, you don't know what to do, just move closer. So either move closer or move out. But don't stay where you are whilst you're kind of making your mind up. Just be like, oh, okay. Right, and then worry about what happens next after that. And here's another thing as well. All right, this men strike from your opponent was close. It was nearly bond. It wasn't quite good enough. It's a little bit far. Not quite good enough impact. But because he hit you, kind of kind of resets you a minute and you kind of froze for a sec. Where there's a chance to hit now. There's a chance to hit now. Because he also is sort of the opinion this was Ippon. But it's not him who decides, or you, who decides what is Ippon or not. It's the Shimpan. So you don't want to let a moment slip by like that. There's an absolutely fantastic opportunity here. But it's gone now. So like what I'm saying is if you made a sudden attack, like now, then you've got a good chance to hit. It's probably not just something basic, but some sort of attack. Because he's not going to be able to respond to you very well at this point. I can see it. Okay, good. Okay, so again here, this sort of thing, when this sort of happens, when you find yourself in here, step in as well. All right, so you're not just planted, receiving with your hands. Okay, so again, this is because you kind of froze, like you said, and just blocked with your hands here. You saw him come in, but because you left him the distance to hit you, you weren't able to defend it, okay? So again, here, this is quite a dangerous point, right? This is quite a dangerous point. He had the good chance for Kote here, he just wasn't accurate with it. You need to be careful to not just recklessly leap in for men after a reset like that, because it is a super dangerous position. Now, you see this point here, right? This point here, this you don't want to break your focus here. Okay. He thought this was Ippon. It's not, because again, it's not him that decides what is Ippon, right? So what you need to do here is you turned your attention to him. This is great, but then you let him go. You see what I mean? Like you let him go. You should be on him at this point, right? Come on, I'm coming to get one, you know, and gone straight after him, rather than sort of that was lucky sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? You need to eliminate that time where you're processing what happened just after the strike. So I'd say the biggest thing that I'd like you to sort of think about is your sort of concentration, you know, throughout the match. There's a lot of breaks in it between things. Like here, there's a break in a concentration here, which gives him the chance to sort of try to hit the Hikimen here. Now this is unlikely to be considered point fairness, but you never know. Yeah, he didn't quite get enough power on it. But again, you sort of let him off the hook here. There's a break again. There's a break. Yeah, you don't want to get rid of these breaks. You know, he put himself right in the corner of the Shiaijo there, right? But then you gave him all the space to come back into it, when what you really wanted to do was keep him in the corner, so that he's got less options to respond to you with. Okay, good. Okay, that was good Shiai. That was a good Shiai. You did very, very well. All right. But what I want you to think about is, like I say, here's the main things. First, try to keep the concentration flowing throughout the match. So even after somebody's made a strike, try not to switch off and restart. And then secondly, I think you need to think a little bit more about why you're choosing the waza that you're choosing, the techniques that you're choosing, rather than just throwing something out there and seeing what happens. And then lastly, I think it'd be really beneficial for you to try and learn a little bit about some varied techniques, some different types of techniques, because at the minute your techniques are very, very basic. They're just single shot kote or men, when there's actually lots of different types of ways to hit kote or men or renzoku waza or oju waza, or you have the good chance for the kote suriage men, but probably need to improve the level of that technique a little bit. But you're definitely on the right track. I think you're doing great. Thank you for sending in the video, and I wish you luck next time. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Right, what's the context we've got for this one? We've got, this is an unsuccessful grading for Nidan. Felt pretty good in the moment during the first watch through the video, but subsequent viewings have had you nitpicking, and now you're not sure what the actual problem is. 2 rounds of tachi back to back. You start facing the camera, and you'll be trying again in October. And you don't want to get stuck where you're at. Any help? Okay, this is great. Thank you very much for sending this in. It's really appreciated when someone sends me a grading video like this. I get a lot of grading videos. From people who have past gradings, but I think there's a lot more to be learned from the gradings that are a little bit unsuccessful. I think a lot more people can learn a bit more from those, so we can figure out what it is that stopped them getting over the hurdle. So it's facing the camera here. This is for Nidan. Let's have a look. All right. So your sonkyo is good. Your kamae is good. Okay, your fumikomi is very, very short. Very, very short. Okay, very, very short. It's not really doing the proper fumikiri. Okay, so there's a technical issue first off. Right, let's see this kamae from the side. Can't quite see it yet. Okay. So this kote attempt. The issue with this kote attempt, right, isn't that it's not successful. It would be better if it was successful, but it's that after striking, you sort of stiffen up, and that's why it all gets kind of clogged up. Do you know what I mean? So it needs to just be that little bit more relaxed. Yeah, pam, kote, pam, pam, not doshi like this. Okay, so that's that. So watch this again. Okay, so you've lost that sort of eye men situation twice now. What's happening here largely with these men strikes is it's entirely like when what seems to be happening is you're just waiting for, not waiting, but you're reacting entirely to the other person. Now this is different to what I'd say to someone going for a higher grade. I'm not talking about any sort of semi or taking sen or anything like that. But it's not a great look in the grading when you're just sort of waiting for your opponent to do something and you just respond to it in that way, and that's what it sort of looks like so far. I want to see more attacks coming from you. This is better, but yeah. So your fumi, here's a big thing, and it's going to change the whole way your kendo works. I guarantee it. Right? Is your fumikomi is just too small. Like it's too small, right? So you're not pushing off your left leg here. You're stepping forward with the right leg. And it's a totally different dynamic, and it'll change the whole way that your kendo appears. And it'll change the speed of your waza as well. At the minute, your techniques are probably slower than they should be because you're not properly launching yourself off your back leg. So this is a good kote strike from you. Yeah, this is good. I like this. Good kote. But 2 10s afterwards, all right? It's a nitpick. It's a nitpick, this, right? After hitting kote, relax afterwards. Keep the shinai in front of you. Don't pull it back this way. Pam, this way. And relax a little bit. But this is a good kote. This is a good kote. So Yeah, I mean, you do have an issue in that your men strikes, you're struggling to land any men strikes, and this is really down to your Fumikomi being just that little bit too short. So it's lacking it's not quite dynamic enough to be impressive. You know what I mean? When you make the strikes, not like kind of bam, like this sort of way. So it's really about how you engage that left leg from your kamae. But if you can push off it more, make a better fumikomi, I think you'll find that your waza speeds up, your technique speeds up, and the whole dynamic of your kendo will change. In all honesty, I think you're like right on the precipice of going over the Nidan line here. You're absolutely capable of passing it, but it just all looks a little bit slower than it has to. Yeah, can you see? Watch your feet here. Like your fumikomi is like that far. It needs to be, a bit more. Obviously, it depends on the distance to the opponent. Yeah, but I guess I could be being a bit misleading here, and it's not necessarily about how far you are doing the fumikomi. It's the dynamic of the fumikomi itself, in that you're just stepping forward with the right leg rather than pushing your body forward with your left leg to launch your body forward. That makes sense. So the strikes as a whole are sort of lacking in that sort of dynamic impression. So here, for example, you should. So here, what I think what. So here, for example, what I think is a bit of an issue is you just left this far too long, and I think this is similar with the other men strikes that you've done. So you should just leap forward and hit men at this point right here. But instead, you sort of wait for the other guy to come forward towards you and then sort of react. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not you doing waza at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like this is, they're not looking for like perfect debana timing or something like that. They want to see that you can make technically good datotsu, all right? Which isn't really what is being displayed here, all right? You probably could do with... No, I don't want to mess with your comment. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. See how the overall I'm convinced, right? You've probably been told all sorts of feedback, but I think this will all be fixed if you figure out how to use your left leg properly to push off for fumikiri when you want to do your strikes, and it'll change the whole dynamics of your kendo. Everything will look more dynamic. Your strikes will have more impact. They'll be faster. The whole thing will change, and you'll sail through Nidan. But at the moment, because it's a step forward with the right foot rather than a push off from the left foot, it's a bit slow, and it's resulting in your strikes being mainly sort of tapping with your hands rather than proper kikentai no ichi. All right. As I said, you are right on the borderline. I don't think you're far off getting Nidan at all, but I think, I'd really like you to think about how you're using your left leg when you're doing your fumikomi. So yeah, thank you for sending it in. I'm sure you'll get through it. Best of luck in your practice going forward. Thank you very much to both of you for sending these videos in. They've been great examples for everyone to learn from. I wish you both the very best in your further improvement. If you would like to have a video featured on here, please upload it to YouTube, set it as unlisted, and send me the link to mail@KendoStar.com. It would be really, really helpful if you are also able to, you know, just check with anyone else who might be sort of prominently featured in the video, if they're okay with you uploading it, if you can, just to, you know, avoid any issues, people getting upset about it. So yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great too. But just mail it to me at mail@kendostar.com. Thank you for joining me today. See you in the next one. Shop at KendoStar, and bye-bye.